Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Ay. Yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We them boys. Hold on. We making noise. Hold on. You couldn't do. Tell Obama that my verses are just like the whips at the end. They bulletproof. -20, we in Pitfield at K's Kitchen in a Canada Goose. Famous as fuck, but I'm still in the cut when they round up the truce. I'm just a sicko, a real sicko when you get to know me, nigga. I let the diss record drop, you was staying right below me, nigga. We must have played it 100 times, you was going to bed. Why would I put on a vest? I expect you to aim for the head. I could've killed you the first time. You don't have to try and say it louder, nigga. Trust me, heard you the first time. It's nothing personal, I would've done it to anyone. And I blame where I came from. And I blame all my day ones. You know Chubbs like Draymond. You better hope not saying none. Them boys, they're a handful. Then I hit them with the high line. Chris Breezy with the dance moves. Mo G with the dance moves. Ad Boy with the dance moves. Jimi Hendrix with the solo. Those are strings that you can't pull. Yeah, and I can really dish it out. Come and get it from the source. But fuck with all the word of mouth. Go to state running practice at my house, nigga. What am I about? You gon' really feel it now. I'm out here looking for revenge.
I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Go. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. Go. I ride for my niggas. Damn, life so short. Fuck it, I don't wanna go to court. Fuck it, got a budget for the lawyer though. Fuck it, I'm on the run for the month. I'm in the bucket, paid 200 for it. My little nigga stuck and even got me paranoid. I'm getting money, that's in any nigga category. Double M, I got G's out in California. I ride for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. I slide for my niggas, dawg. I ride for my niggas. Stay scheming. Niggas tryna get at me. I ride for my niggas.
It bothers me when the guards get to acting like the bras. Guess every team doesn't come complete with niggas like ours. That's why I see no need to compete with niggas like y'all. I just ask that when you see me, you speak up, nigga, that's all. Don't be ducking like you never wanted nothing. It's feeling like rap changed. It wasn't time, it was rugged. Back when if a nigga reached, it was for the weapon. Nowadays, niggas reach just to sell they record. Spaghetti bolognese in the polo lounge. Me and my G from DC, that's how I roll around. Might look like, but we heavy though. You think Drake would put some shit like that? You never know. $1 million meetings in the polo lounge. Me and my man Oliver North, that's how I roll around. Shorty wanna tell me secrets by the rap, nigga. I tell that bitch it's more attractive when you hold it down. Kobe about to lose 150 M's. Kobe my nigga, I hate it, had to be him. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
Tell Lucy and I said, fuck it, I'm tearing holes in my budget. Bag her like we in Publix and take her ass out in public. Ordered her the filet, told them butterflies, she'll love it. She used to soda and nuggets, she really just tired thugging. I'm just hitting my pinnacle, you and pussy identical. You like the fucking finish line, we can't wait to run into you. But let me get my mind off that young rich motherfucker getting mine off rap with my niggas.
I ride for my niggas.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull-Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, a.k.a. B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull-Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button. Y'all come in. Hit the share, subscribe. Hit that Cash App, $, BJ Matthews, $, BJ Matthews for all this great content. As you guys come here, make sure you guys also Also, get your membership badges that are available. 3 different options: the LA Clipper badge, the pull-up badge, and the interview badge. If you want more information how to get one of our membership badges that give us perks on the show, such as talking to our guests, getting merchandise, being a part of our monthly contests, please make sure you guys go check that out into our, our YouTube page on the front. And also hit the Cash App, which is $BJ Matthews, $BJ Matthews for all this great content. If you guys love the content that y'all hear, the music, the intro, the outro, make sure you guys continuously donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast, as well as you guys can also donate by hitting that button below that says thanks. The video, that's called a super sticker. If you have something you want to drop in the comment section, make sure you guys hit that button. I can see it as the live is going on. But let's get it going. Let's go through some of these comments because I will not have time to read all of them as the show keeps going. Let's shout out to my man, Gabe Moore. He said, hey, pull up. He said, what's up? What's good, you, bro? Salute BJ in chat. Now, did I tell y'all about Minnesota and OKC? But I also told y'all about Denver. I want my damn respect, too. Yo, it's looking like it's like a teeter-totter, man. You got Minnesota, who won the first 2 games. You got Denver, who won the next 2 games. So we'll see what happens in that series. And then OKC and Dallas play tonight. Dallas put them out, 2 out of the last 3 games. So we'll see what happens in game 4. It seems like all the teams are, tying the series up. So Pacers in New York, same thing. But it's basically, back and forth between the 2. So we'll see what happens tonight. But shout out to you, the realest. My man's Tune In Sports, people talk about Shea. Talk, man. Jokic, the real MVP. And he said, Ant is Shea. Yeah, I mean, look, man, y'all don't know how I know about Anthony Edwards, man. Like, I ain't got to even say it for y'all that's been around me for the last couple years. Y'all know how I feel about Anthony Edwards. So, I mean, yeah, that's how I feel. Anthony Edwards is that guy. He will be the best player in the league, in my opinion, in the next year or 2. He'll be the best player in the league in the next 2 years. Q Rich, what's good, Q? Salute BJ and the Pull Up family. What's good with you, brother? How you doing? All right, so Lakers Nation, salute BJ. What's good, brother? Taz, I'm right there with you, the realest. They slipped on those young teams. Salute BJ. How you doing, y'all? As y'all come here, smash that like button. Let me know that y'all in the comment section as well. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, hit the Cash App, $BJ Matthews, $BJ Matthews for all this great content. Now let's get into what we need to talk about. Last night was a historic game. I love the energy. I love the, passion of the playoffs so far. I think there's some great teams in there. And I think it gave me a chance to really take a look at a lot of teams other than the Clippers. When you're, covering the whole team, the entire season, the Clippers, and you got, other teams in the NBA, you tend to forget what's around and how much talent there really is. Like, I watch everybody in the league, but for the most part, the Clippers are the team I covered all year. Y'all know, with the post game, with, the videos, with the shorts, with the, coverage in the arena, stuff like that. I was basically doing it for the Clipper Nation this last season. I'll continuously do that. But now that the Clippers are out, I get a chance to really watch playoff basketball with other teams in the NBA. And I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying seeing the talent, for players who are 25 and younger, 30 and younger. It's a great time to be a part of NBA. It's a great time to be an NBA fan. And we're just in the second round. We're not even in the conference finals yet. So this is definitely something that, worth looking forward to. But let's talk about last night's game between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Last night, the Denver Nuggets proved why they're the NBA champions, and Nikola Jokic, why he's the MVP. I watched the game dribble for dribble, not just game 4, but game 3 as well. And, I was waiting to, watch what would happen yesterday to see if I was going to make a video like this, and I thought it was time. And let me just say this as well before I start. When it comes to a lot of stuff, in the playoffs, it's a series. You might have a team that feels like they're, down. They're not going to, come back in the series. They're not going to, answer. And they come back the next few games, and they're like, oh, damn, that's who they are. That's what the Denver Nuggets did. They were pretty much down 2-0 on their home court against a team that looked more younger than them, more hungrier than them. And they're like a guy who was the best player over the MVP. But that's why it's the best of 7 and not the best of 1 or best of 3 or best of 5. It's the best of 7 series. The first team to 4 games win. And when you have an NBA champion team like the Denver Nuggets, they understand that to a high degree. They're not rattled by, even 2 losses on their home court. They might be a little bit annoyed or upset, but they've been there before. And they show great, composure in Minnesota, which was a hostile environment. the last couple of days, last couple of games, and they're able to come out and win both games. So I want y'all to kind of hear a little bit of a snippet from their head coach, Mike Malone, what he actually did to really, get their guys ready, for games 3 and 4. So it's about like a little snippet. I want y'all to kind of hear what Mike Malone had to say. And yeah, here we go.
To the guys, and I showed it to DeAndre Jordan, and he said, "Oh hell yeah, we got to show it to the guys." And it was a 2-minute edit of every talking head in this country saying that the series is over, the Nuggets are done, it's a wrap, they're toast, Minnesota's a better team, all the big personalities, and you know who they are. And not that they were wrong. This is not a shot at those people, because after the first 2 games, probably would have said the same thing, but I didn't want to show it because most of the time I don't give a damn what they say. But I knew that this would maybe strike a chord, deep inside you, to say, hey, man, like, everybody and their brother is saying you're out, you're done. You guys can't play with this team. They're better than you. If that doesn't resonate within you as a competitor, I don't know what will. And so, yes, our guys answered the bell.
Okay. As y'all come there, smash that like button. That was head coach Mike Malone of the Denver Nuggets, and that was him speaking and talking about, what he had did for his team games prior to games 3 and 4. Now, like I said, most of the public, most of the nation, except Denver Nuggets fans and probably the realists, we're all saying that the Nuggets were going to end up losing this series, and they're going to end up losing it in dramatic fashion. Well, in basketball, you get a really quick reality check, and you find out, in times of not just good, but also adversity, who's really on your side. And the Denver Nuggets seem to have a tight-knit group led by their coach. See, that's why I keep reiterating with having a great coach, man. For all that believe that these players are just supposed to go out there and just play, and there's no type of coaching that's involved. I mean, I ask you that you actually really take a hard look at the Denver Nuggets, because Mike Malone, listen, whatever you want to say about him or, what he does, you could tell he has his team's back. All his players play hard for him. You could tell how they play for him. When you have a coach that you really believe in, that you really trust in, you're going to play your ass off for him. That's just what it is. Now, when you have a coach that you don't believe in or they don't feel like they believe in you, you're going to see it on the court. It's going to show on the play. Right? When a coach knows what he's doing, and when a coach understands, how to actually run a team and get the best out of his players and have different methods to, energize and motivate their team like he did, playing an edit and, getting those guys, rejuiced up because it's a long season, it goes a long way. And y'all saw what happened. Denver Nuggets, not only they dominated them in game 3, but game 4, I saw they were really composed. They saw Anthony Edwards, who I want to talk about in a minute, who had a magnificent game. I thought Anthony Edwards played like damn near a perfect game. The Nuggets were able to, respond, to every punch. They were able to respond to every single, act that the Nuggets were able to put out there, or that the Minnesota Timberwolves were able to put out there. So I think it was very, very encouraging to see that. But it was led by their coach. It was led by their best player, Nikola Jokic, and it was led by Jamal Murray and the team and company, Aaron Gordon, KCP, the whole team, the whole squad. They have a close-knit group over there. Now, this is a 2-part. The Nuggets proved that they're the best team. They proved that they have championship pedigree, and they also proved Nikola Jokic is the MVP. Now, as I made a video a few days ago speaking about this, and I said that, Nikola Jokic, I thought the MVP should have went to SGA. Just off the fact that I feel like the OKC Thunder was a less, developed team. And I feel like the Nuggets were more, seasoned. I think that Nikola Jokic had more pieces around him. But last night, as I'm watching, I'm like seeing to myself, Nikola Jokic took that game personally. if I pull out the numbers, I'm going to pull up these numbers. Let me pull up these stats so y'all can see for yourself what actually was going on, transpiring. See, see, pull up these numbers. Stop that screen. Present. Share screen. I gotta get my stuff together. Y'all gotta stay on me. All right. So the box score. Let's go and check out the box score right here. If we look at the Nuggets, basically, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys got high minutes yesterday. Reggie Jackson got 9 minutes in 22 seconds. But as I look at, guys like Aaron Gordon, who had a great game, 41 minutes, played a game high or a team high minutes, 41 minutes, had 11 for 12 from the field, 91%, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, 2 for 2 from the 3-point line, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 blocks, a steal, you know what I'm saying, a plus minus of a 9. Aaron Gordon to me was the most, I want to say the most, he was the glue of the team. He's the glue of the team, period. But, he's also showing just how good of an all-around basketball player he is. Going from being a guy who just is simply a high flyer winning a slam dunk contest back in 2016 to being an all-around pretty good basketball player. Playing up in the post, rebounding, boxing out, getting tip dunks, rolling to the basket. Just all around, he's really improved the game. And that also is a testament to the Denver Nuggets system. As y'all come there, smash that like button. Aaron Gordon's development is a testament to the Denver Nuggets system. Aaron Gordon's development is a testament to the Denver Nuggets system, which allows him to be the best version of himself. And it also the piece that they needed to really elevate the team. Right? You had Jamal Murray with 19 points, 8 for 17 from the field, 3 for 7 from the 3-point line, 8 assists, and he had 5 rebounds. Of course, he's coming off a sore calf, which actually shows again to his, commitment to the team. He has not missed a game. He's been dealing with that calf since the Lakers series. So that's also something that you got to be worried about because that can also easily turn into an Achilles injury, God forbid. But they have a lot of guys on this team. KCP, even though he had a bad shooting night, he plays hard on, both ends of the ball, right? Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, all 3 of these guys are able to, make a big impact on this team. But the main guy that we got to look at is Nikola Jokic with what he had, 35 points, 15 for 26 from the field, 66% from the free throw line, which is not good, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. He took the game personally. I saw the, fast break dunk he had on Anthony Edwards, man, really – just shows how focused he was in this series. Because, again, you got to realize if Nikola Jokic gets swept this series, that MVP looks very fraudulent. It looked very fraudulent. So he had to answer the call more than anybody because he was down 0-2. His team was down 0-2. So they looked at him. So Nikola Jokic proved to me that even though I thought SGA should have been MVP, I'm not mad that they gave it to Nikola Jokic because they're going to go as far as he goes. So shout out to Nikola. I thought he took care of took the game at the horns very early and often. And he just, proved why he's, like Anthony Edwards said, the best player in the NBA, which I'm about to go to Anthony Edwards right now. Anthony Edwards, man, what did he have last night? Let me pull up what Anthony Edwards had. I want to be specific what he had. Anthony Edwards had 44 points. He had 44 points last night. 16 for 25 from the field, 5 for 8 from the 3-point line, 7 for 8 from the free throw. So he shot over 60 from the 2, 3, and over 80%, 85% from the free throw line. He had 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and he had a block and 2 steals. So you had to really watch the game to understand how impactful Anthony Edwards was on the court. I had said to myself and I know probably a few of y'all might remember this, but I said Anthony Edwards will be the best player in the league in the next 3 to 5 years. I don't know if y'all remember that video I made about 2 years ago, but I said this kid's going to be the best player in the next 3 to 5 years. And that was 2 years ago. That's looking like right now, he's already a top 10 player, in my opinion. He's better than, guys around his age. He's better than, Ja Morant. He's better than LaMelo Ball. He's better than Zion Williamson. He's better than Trae Young. He's more impactful than these guys under the age of 25. He's creeping into that Luka Doncic, that conversation like that. And a lot of people thought I was, crazy to say that, this kid's going to be the best player on the next 3 to 5 years. And all I kept saying to myself was like, this guy, first of all, his measurements at being 6'5", being able to have a 40+ inch vertical, things that you can't really teach. I could just see it in him. His work ethic, his determination, his style, his intangibles, great intangibles, very good teammate. People speak very highly of him. Always giving credit. You could tell just by his mannerism and his demeanor, how he was raised, how he's brought up. He always gives credit. Even though I feel Anthony Edwards, those first 2 games was the best player, he continuously said Jokic was the best player, and he's still saying it. Even though I think he personally believes he's the best player, he's looking at it like, well, this guy's won a championship, so I got to still give him his respect. But as you guys can see on the court, this guy thinks he has no loss of confidence. Even losing this game, he told Jamal Murray, look, we like that. He was, saying, yes, sir, we like that. We'll see y'all in Denver. This kid's 22 years old. Has a full arsenal. He can shoot, get to the basket. He plays defense. He's strong. He has a fat, quick first step. There's nothing that Denver could have did to stop him. But even as dominant as he is, I saw him still trying to get his teammates involved. Karl-Anthony Towns had an off shooting night yesterday. I saw Ant-Man try to get him involved very early. That speaks to his awareness. I said to myself a couple years ago, the only thing that Anthony Edwards needs to improve is his IQ. And I could see that, like right there, he tried to get, Karl-Anthony Towns involved. You could tell that his maturity, he's mature beyond his age. Right? So while Denver did take care of business, they still don't have an answer for Anthony Edwards. He can go out there and get as much as he want to get. Jamal Murray, KCP, Aaron Gordon, no matter who's guarding him, Christian Brown, who's guarding him, there's no answer. So now it's really just about the other guys coming with him. And that's what really the difference was in games 1 and 2 to games 3 and 4. Karl-Anthony Towns, Naz Reid, all those guys came with Anthony Edwards. Right? So they're going to need that again, these best of 3 games for them if they want a chance to win the series. Now, I put a poll into the chat box on who's going to win the series, the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Denver Nuggets. And, Game 5 is going to be very important. That's going to be a very big game. I think who wins Game 5, I'm not going to even say wins the series because, see, this is the problem with Minnesota. The Timberwolves, as dominant as Anthony Edwards is, I've seen the history of the Timberwolves the last couple of years especially. They've always been very talented, but they've had an issue putting away teams when they need to put them away. Y'all remember 2 years ago against the Memphis Grizzlies where Ant-Man and the Timberwolves had the Grizzlies down 2 games in a row, games 3 and 4, by 20+ points. And they let the Grizzlies come back in both those games. Right? Last year, they faced Denver in the first round. Of course, they weren't ready, but they had basically everything. They had all the size, all the talent to beat Denver. Wings, length, athleticism, but they didn't have the IQ and they didn't have the smarts. So that's why I think the Mike Conley move was a very big move for the Timberwolves because they needed somebody that's going to, actually be the calmness of the team. And the problem is that Anthony Edwards, to me, looks like he's leading the older guys. Now, he is the best player, but when I see Karl-Anthony Towns, when I see Rudy Gobert, they do, show a little bit lack of, awareness, especially Rudy Gobert. I mean, damn, like he couldn't even stop, the penetration in the basket at the end of the day. I mean, and that's ironic. He won now he won the MVP, he won the defensive player of the year. And for whatever reason, even though he won the defensive player of the year, he could not seem to, play very good defense yesterday. Right? So they're going to have to really, I don't know how this series is going to end up. Janelle says, salute BJ on the panel. Nikola shot me and all of us up. Historically great player. Anthony Edwards needs to get his team growing early and play 48 minutes because I think that, yeah, I mean, but I think he did that in game 4. I think Anthony Edwards tried to get Karl-Anthony Towns involved. See, Ant-Man knows he can get whatever he wants to get. He knows nobody can guard him on the other side on defense. Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, KCP, Christian, whoever you put on Anthony Edwards, he's not worried about them. So I know that's not it. They gonna have to come with him. You know, that's why I think he was trying to feed them the ball. Let me see. Salute Andrew, what's good, brother? Let's see. Great series between the court. Yeah, this is a really, really good series. He said the refs were helping Denver stop it. Yeah, I thought with Karl-Anthony Towns, I think some of those fouls, they should have been fouls. And Rudy Gobert, he got hit on the arm quite a few times. Yeah, I definitely saw that as well. But I'm just speaking in terms of, I think there's a little bit of a concern though, because I don't know if the Timberwolves as a team have the poise that Anthony Edwards has. I think that the main issue is, I think the poise that the Denver Nuggets has as a team might be a little bit too much for Anthony Edwards as the individual. Because there was a comment that Anthony Edwards said in the post game. He said that he likes, that, back and forth. He said that we like that, and then he switched to quickly saying, I like it. So it's almost like, the whole Jordan thing, like, you got a dominant player that no one on the team can stop. They try everything on the court, but their team is just more poised than this Minnesota Timberwolves team. So which makes it even, if Anthony Edwards is able to take this team and reel them past the Denver Nuggets, I mean, you got to talk about now this cat can possibly top 5 in the league. You got to forget about, and if he goes into the conference finals and win, like, there's so many things that can, go, legacies are on the line. Jokic, he's proven why he's the MVP, but Anthony Edwards has proven why he's the best young player in the NBA and will eventually be the best player in the NBA. I mean, I'm just watching the dude last night. No one can really do anything with him. And he was doing it on both. See, that's the thing, on both ends. He was not only just scoring, he was guarding Jamal Murray and locking his ass up on the other side. Jaden McDaniels and Jamal Murray and Anthony Edwards took turns guarding Jamal. And every time Anthony Edwards was on Jamal Murray, and Jamal wasn't scoring. That just goes to a testament of his two-way play, which y'all know how I feel about two-way players. I love two-way players. Two-way players to me are the best players in the NBA. But let me go ahead and drop this link for y'all to come in. Hope that y'all having a great day. If y'all not, popped up in the post, please make sure y'all, talk about in the post-game press conference or in the chat box. I'm going to go ahead and play the 2-minute break, and we'll be right back. I want to give the floor to my man, Mr. Steve Kerr. Thank you for coming on the show, sir.
BJ, Rick, thank you guys for having me. I'm happy to be here with you.
Know, and historically, he's a very accurate three-point shooter. So we know that Steph Curry can shoot. We know that Coach can shoot. And so my question to you is, was there really anything you had to teach Curry, or did he kind of come with it already?
No, I've never talked to him about his shot. He was an all-star by the time I became the coach here. I learned a lot from him, watching him work out. He trains so hard. His shooting routine after practice ends is mesmerizing. And I've had a lot of our players watch Steph to try to pick up on some of the things that he does. And so I've learned as much from him as he has from me. But we've just had a great collaboration. But he's the greatest shooter of all time. I didn't have to teach him one thing.
I appreciate you answering my question. That's it, PJ.
I think you makes you top 5 coach of all time. Like, I ain't trying to even ruffle your feathers. I think you're top 5. All right, y'all. So, of course, that was Steve Kerr in our interview. We're trying to get Steve Kerr to come back on since it's the off season here in the next week or so. So we'll keep you updated with that. So if you know when that day comes, I will make sure to give y'all a heads up when Steve Kerr comes back on the show. But I dropped a link for y'all if y'all want to come in here and chat it up about what happened last night between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think this is probably the best series so far that I've seen. I like the Knicks and the Pacers series as well, but you know, like I said, with the injuries, that sucks. You know, Julius Randle and OG Anunoby. That's another person, Jalen Brunson, who's showing great toughness as well. You know, I just love watching good basketball, great basketball. So let me know if y'all want to come in here. Just hit that link. Let me go through some of these comments real quick. Let's go through some of these comments. Let me see. He said McDaniels and Reed was out last year when they played Denver. Yeah, they were out. McDaniels punched the wall like an idiot and broke his hand, and Naz Reed wasn't there as well. But you know, it's a lot, man. Like I said, the Timberwolves have a team to beat Denver. I just don't know if they have the IQ to beat Denver, or they don't have the poise to beat them. You know what I'm saying? They have all the physical, you know, players. They have the size to match up with Jokic. They have the size to match up with Jamal Murray. But this Aaron Gordon shit is really trying. It's kind of, you know, is really starting to show itself. Aaron Gordon is making a presence known in this series. Offensive rebounding, defensive, you know, in the post, defensive post play. You know what I'm saying? Backdoor and second chance points. He's what you call a utility piece. That Aaron Gordon, to me, he's the X factor right now. I mean, yeah, Jamal Murray struggled in the first 2 games. And he was, you know, decent yesterday, and then Nikola Jokic is Nikola Jokic, but Aaron Gordon has been the X factor in this series. Right. Let me see. The realist said Denver about to sweep. So what y'all got in the comments or in the chat? Let me look at this chat real quick. So 60% of y'all feel like Denver's going to win. 15% says it's going to be the Timberwolves, and 25% is going to be on the side. Wow, y'all changed y'all tune quick. I was hearing nothing but Minnesota's going to sweep. Now the Nuggets win a couple games. Now it's going to be the Nuggets going to win the series. Like I said, this is a good back and forth. Great back and forth. Let's see. He said we gotta understand Aaron Gordon has the experience of being a number 1 on the team. He's a different type of player. Yeah. Yeah, with the Magic, he actually, I think they got to the, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were in the playoffs too. In the last year he was in the bubble, I think he was in the playoffs. And the year before that, they lost to Toronto in the first round. He was in the playoffs as well. So yeah, he has experience definitely being in the playoffs as number 1. So now you put him in the number 3 role, and basically all he's doing is, you know, doing a lot of dirty work and, you know, catching oops from, you know, Nikola Jokic and, you know what I'm saying, just filling in the pieces. Yeah, you're going to have a problem on your hands. That's why he probably loves being there. Yeah, playing with Nikola Jokic is a privilege, man. Like I said, Nikola Jokic is a privilege to play with. A 6'10", 7-foot dude who enjoys passing and making other players better. That's a privilege. Let me see. Let me see. He said Jokic said the Wolves were their only problem last year. He didn't say they were the problem. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I say, and he's speaking it just basically, and that's why Jokic to me deserves a lot of credit yesterday, because he took that game as a legacy game yesterday. You're down 0-2. You're going to another person's environment. You just dropped 2 games on your home court, a position you've never been in before with your full team. And, for you to win those games was very special. So Nikola Jokic is showing why he's a winner, and it's why he's an all-time great player. That's what he's showing me all that. Let's see. Y'all quiet in here, man. I started the show too early. T-Wolves in 7. So I want to go on the Clippers before he went to Denver. Yeah. I mean, you've been a great pickup for us. I mean, of course, it's looking at it right now, especially. Let me see. Yeah, if you had Aaron Gordon on this team with the Clippers, you would take care of all your power forward problems. Because now that's shit. Nah, because you gotta make a decision because of James Harden. But yeah, you have a person that you can take the load off of Kawhi PG off the power forward off the block. Maddox said, who has Kawhi performed really good against versus another superstar? Luka Doncic. You talking about with the Clippers in the playoffs? I don't understand your question. But, yeah, if you're talking about the playoffs, Luka Doncic. Kevin Durant for 2 games. Yeah. Those are the 2 main guys. See, make y'all come here and smash the like button, man. Y'all come here and smash the like button. Let me say this real quick. Let's see.
What you been eating, Kenny? Barbecue with a mop? Barbecue with a mop. Little review of Game 4. I saw that on the internet. I'll never eat a place that mops they meat. Yeah. Hey.
All of that being said, let's get some more post-game yak starting with Michael Malone.
And what did you find here in Minnesota, or maybe even regain?
What I found is Rudy T is right, man. Never underestimate the heart of a champion. Yeah, I mean, they were quick to write us off.
Hold on, before I like about Malone, man. He don't forget shit. He don't forget nothing, man. That dude is so petty. He don't forget nothing that nobody talking about. He said y'all want to write us off. Y'all don't want to give us our respect, our credit. All right, we're gonna go in here and win these 2 games. But that's what you love about him, man. He's gonna always ride for his team. That's a very important characteristic to have. He's gonna always ride and respect his team. All right, so I just want to put that out there.
But these guys, we won a championship a year ago. You know what I mean? We went into Miami, won 2 games in a row. Like, this team has been tested time and time again, and we found a way to solve whatever's been thrown at us. This series is a long way from being over. We're not celebrating. It's 2-2. So now you have to find a way to win Game 5. But what I found about our group is that they do believe in themselves, and more importantly, they believe in the man next to them. And, we have a group that is acting as you would hope a championship team would act. And they had a bad game. We owned it, and we moved past it, and we played better.
Jamal, how important is it that, you guys believe in each other as a group, and you guys are confident in your abilities as a group?
I mean, it feels like the belief is just all of a sudden. I mean, I told you from before we won the championship that we believe in the squad. Like, I mean, you can go back and find the interview. I believe in the squad, and we believe that we can do this, something special, and we did it. We went down 2 games. We got 2 games back. Of course, the belief is still there. So, yeah, I mean, these belief questions, I believe from a long time ago.
Is this the kind of team that is just going to capitalize on any little mistake that you make? How do you kind of make sure that you're clean and precise?
I mean, they got the best player in the world, and he's got the ball the entire game. So anytime you make a mistake, he sees it.
Let me ask y'all this question. Do y'all really feel Anthony Edwards thinks that? I'm just being honest. Do y'all really believe Anthony Edwards thinks that Nikola Jokic is better than him? I do not believe that. I think he's saying that out of respect, but Y'all saw the game yesterday, man. Y'all been watching this whole series. They have nobody for this guy at all. See, I giving Jokic his props, but as far as this series and who's the unstoppable is this dude right here on the screen. He made a nasty. I don't know what he did. Like he drove left or he drove right towards the baseline. Aaron Gordon was guarding me, closed the mouth, and then he spun. He stopped on the dime, pivoted, and made Aaron Gordon jump, and then he laid it in with his left. I was like, this nigga's footwork is impeccable. His footwork, his jump shot, his athleticism, his strength. Like, there's no way in the world that he thinks Nikola Jokic is better than him. But like I said, it goes back to his morality and his morals and his ethics. He is just a person that, believes in giving respect, but there ain't no way in the world he thinks Jokic is better than him. I don't believe that for one bit.
So, I mean, it's hard to beat that.
Anthony, did you have any words with Jamal or any of the Nuggets at the end of the game there? Looked like you might have been saying
I just
something.
told his ass, that's what we love that. Keep talking that. That's what we like. Well, I love it, So, he ain't say nothing back, but I'm pretty sure he heard me. They heard me. Yeah, we live for that.
Anthony, how do you sleep after games like this? Like how'd you sleep after game 3 and the games like this, especially when?
I mean, the same that I sleep after the first 2 games. It's no different. This is a series. I mean, we won 2 games, but we didn't think it was gonna be easy. I mean, this is like I always say. These are the defenders. I said it after game 2. They're not gonna lay down. They're gonna punch, and we're gonna punch back. And they beat us up tonight. The last 2 nights they beat us up in the fight, and that's okay. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back, figure it out next game, and we'll be ready again.
See, that concerns me. That's what concerns me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. And as y'all come to smash that like button, Ant-Man is not the person I'm concerned about. He has the game, and he also has the mentality to feel like he can take down this giant. But the Nuggets are a well-oiled machine. We've seen that, and they're very poised. And I think, them coming those last 2 wins, they really have nothing else to really, look at. They can't win this series because they've already put themselves in position to go back home tied 2-2. See, the Timberwolves, if they were a championship team, they would have put them away in Minnesota. But now that you find yourself losing them and first, the game 3 game was just they punched them strictly in the mouth. And then last night, the Minnesota Timberwolves got punched in the mouth again, but they fought back off of adrenaline and trying to, give their fans something to cheer about. You could just tell one team is, seasoned in this type of moments, and the other ones is still trying to figure it out. But Ant-Man talking about he's prepared for the moment. He wants it. But he doesn't think he said he likes that. He don't know about his teammates. That makes me think, okay, well, this guy, is going to need some more help. He's going to need some more help. Period. He going to need Karl Anthony Towns not to go start off the game 0 for 7. He's going to need Rudy Gobert to be able to protect the paint. He's going to need Naj Reid to come off the bench and give him a smooth 15, 20 points like he did in game 1. You gonna need all that because the Nuggets are gonna their system alone is gonna always keep them in the game, especially at home. Salute, AP. How you doing, man? Salute. But I don't know. What y'all think? Who y'all think winning this series? Is it gonna be the Nuggets or gonna be the Timberwolves? Who gonna win this series? See, some of these look at the statistics real quick. 57 got the Nuggets, 18 got the Timberwolves. Shit. Huh. But so we're gonna be covering the series tonight as well. We're gonna be covering the the Nuggets, or we're talking the Mavs and the Thunder. We're gonna be covering the Pacers and the the Knicks, Pacers and Knicks coming up soon. So, let's see. Hope everybody's weekend was good. Everybody's Mother's Day. Everybody good Mother's Day as well. The real estate agent's gonna need Michael Jordan. Shit. I mean, he kind of has. He has the it, man. He got the it. He got that it. He got that it. I remember people were comparing him to Mike 2 years ago. Said Cat's being neutralized. He should stay in paint. Instead of shooting threes. Gobert being exposed for being too light to start. See, and that's something else I kind of looked like, because that's another Jokic thing. Jokic to say, look, Gobert is 7'2", 7'3". I'm gonna go into his body and be physical with him. I'm gonna be physical with him. That's another thing with Jokic. Like Jokic's IQ is just, man, it's on a whole nother level, man. That's a dude that you could say, okay, well, he makes his teammates better. They're like a well-oiled machine over there. Wolves may be burning they load on defense. I don't see how they blowing their load, because I mean, the guys who are playing defense, Alexander Walker and Jaden McDaniels, those guys, that's what they're there for, to play defense. I mean, Ant-Man's shit, he's taking his even chunks on defense. So there's really no reason why you have them getting burnt out. Jonelle, what's good, brother?
Hey, B Jizzle. I hope you had a great weekend. Hope you spent time with your loved ones, or at least reached out to them. You know what I mean? The rest for the rest of the chat. Hope y'all did the same. Blessings. Hey, great game yesterday.
Great game.
I think that Denver, they just like you said, they're well-oiled machined. Well, my take from the game, I saw that we got slightly out rebound, probably like by 10 rebounds. They definitely shot better than us from the free throw line. We missed key free throws, and a lot of that had to do with Rudy Gobert missing, just going blank most of the time. You know what I mean? I think he shot 50%, if I'm not mistaken. But it wasn't much. Much of what they ran is pretty much Denver. They're giant. They're, you know what I mean? They run that pick and roll, that high screen and roll. Till it's just masterful the way they do it. Nikola Jokic showed out why he's the MVP. And it's just like Nikola. He's just a force, brother. He's a force to be reckoned with. It's just a phenomenon. The dude just went and just dominated. Like, there was nothing that Rudy Gobert could do. And this dude, right, 4-time the defensive player of the year. Okay, yesterday it didn't look like it. It was just like he couldn't do. He was hopeless. The way that when the caller turned that corner, he was unstoppable. Every single time they tried to do everything, but it's just it's hit and miss. You just hope he misses, and just the vibe he gave me is just it was legendary. Shouts out to Nikola for getting that MVP. I thought obviously SGA had a shot, because he did show out this season. But Nikola, BJ, he's the MVP. I saw it yesterday. I believe we all did. So any doubt we had is out the window. But it was the whole game, BJ. They jumped up on Minnesota, and then I'm going for Minnesota, actually. I'm rooting for Minnesota, so I have a dog in the race. But Minnesota came back. They riled back. You know what I mean? Anthony Edwards, thanks to Anthony Edwards' heroics, the things that he was pulling off, it was just unreal. You know, just getting whatever he wanted, pretty much. Just dominating both ends. By the way,
Right.
we came back in the game. Pretty much, it was just we couldn't get a single stop. And then it was just like when somebody has you on a chokehold and they have you there and you're trying to get out, but you can't. That's how it felt like in the second half. They just couldn't capitalize on certain things that Denver did, and a lot of miscues from Cat, just fouling, just dumb fouls, man. Rudy Gobert also just very unnecessary. Just these dudes, they're great talent. They're more. When I say this, I meant more. Obviously, Cat, he's just an amazing talent, but he's just his IQ is not there, VJ. And I think Anthony Edwards is gonna have to do pretty much the unthinkable this series. He's gonna have to dominate, and he's gonna need some help from the bench. But I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be ready, especially obviously, and he's gonna be ready for this upcoming game. But I think Denver has just all the momentum. It's just the things that and by the way, Jamal Murray is unbelievable. I think that he's the perfect guy as not the first option, but he's like your perfect second option, even though he's not an all-star, but he's like your perfect second option. He is gonna be there, you know what I mean? I believe that calf is not bothering him anymore, obviously. He's made half-court shots, me mugging the crowd. This dude, he's back. His confidence at all-time high. He's definitely ready. I think the Denver. BJ, I think we've seen the best of Denver. I don't think Denver can't play any better than this. They woke up a sleeping giant. They heard all the shatter. And I was watching Aaron Gordon's interview, press. He said it. A lot of these dudes in this locker room, they've been counted out, and they took that personal. That Aaron Gordon said that, and these dudes, and when you have a coach like Michael Malone, that is not just gonna talk to you about game planning. He's gonna get into your psyche and get you psychologically ready and geared up. I think that this team is just like a sleeping giant. They slept pretty much. They slept throughout the whole Lakers series. Once they noticed this ain't the Lakers, they said, "Okay, we gotta show out." But I don't think that Denver can play any better than this. And I think that Minnesota ceiling, talent wise, is a lot higher. But it's gonna be up to them to show us if they could take out this giant. Because I don't. To me, they're just too poised. Too many. Just championship pedigree is a real thing, and we seen it yesterday on full display. I'm rooting for Ant-Man. I think it's great for the league to have an American player that what I mean is gonna represent us. No disrespect to the other players, but we need somebody who's like Ant, who has charisma, not just a talent, and a young player. You know what I mean? Great talent in all every way, every category.
Absolutely.
But this dude has amazing charisma. I seen a movie with my girl. I think a few months ago. This guy is amazing on the screen. He's just perfect. He represents the country very well, and he carries himself well. He's from Atlanta, from where I am. He's he's humble. He went to university. He went over here in Athens to the University of Georgia. He played for Athens here, and he's just a humble dude. I don't think he's obviously. I don't think he thinks that Nikola is better than him by no means. But he has a lot for a dude who's 22 years old. He has a lot of ethics, a lot of self-awareness, and a lot of maturity, and that is that is very commendable. But long story short, BJ, I think that Denver is just we seen the best, at least from my point of view. I think we seen the best of them. Now I think that Minnesota has to show out and pretty much match that energy. And by the way, Michael Malone, BJ, he's I was thinking about this and it kind of like um made me laugh. Michael Malone is like that phrase, keep the same energy. He's
Yeah,
that phrase made in person. if,
yeah, that's what
if
he do.
keep that same energy was a dude, I think Michael Malone fits that
That's,
description.
that's exactly who he is. That's
That
exactly who
dude is
steady. He's steady.
he has the memory of an elephant. He just he'll bring it out. He'll bring it up on the pressers and all that. He don't care. This dude, you think he cares? He don't care. He's a real dog, and the team is gonna show the mentality of their coach. We're seeing it. These guys are relentless. They don't, you know what I mean? But man, Anthony Edwards got to come early. Like he did come, but his team's got to come earlier with him. They can't just rely on him. They got to follow his lead. And Cat got to stop following these niggas, man. This dude is a crash dummy. It's just I was rubbing my head like, why are you following Rudy Gobert? Like, why are you fouling? Giving all these fouls away mid court? He just fouled. I think. I don't think. Well, I think it was Anthony. I think it was Cat. He just fouled him for no reason, half court. Like, why you do that? This dude is just like, and I'm Dominican, BJ. I'm Dominican, and I'm still mad at him because he didn't represent the Olympics, man, and the FIBA.
Hell nah.
He didn't represent. He let us down too. So I'm kind of mad. But this dude just fouled Nikola out of nowhere. And for as much as I can't stand Reggie Miller, for capping for that other dude, I'm not gonna mention any names.
Yeah.
But as much as I don't mess with Reggie Miller like that, he said it. Why is this dude doing that? Like he's just giving fouls away, put him on the bonus, and it's just once you have some sort of momentum, you built some sort of, let's say, you're building towards something. Coming back in the game is only a freaking 10-point game.
Hold on, Joe. Let me get my ass in real quick because you've been waiting for me. Let me get Mash real quick, and then I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah,
back.
go ahead.
What's up? What's up, Mash?
Hey, what's up, BJ, man? Hey, what's up, guy? A lot of great points you said. Salute, man. A lot of good things you said. A lot of things I agree with. A few things I'll push back on, but no, I think SGA was MVP. I think by the standards and the voting criteria, he's the definition of MVP, doing more with less, a young team, went from the 10th seed to the number 1 seed. If that's not the definition of an MVP, then I don't know what is. Not to mention he's young and he's doing it with less help and less talent, and they've been consistent all year long. And so he meets the individual stat criteria. He checks the boxes for team wins. He checks the boxes when you talk MVP. And so I like Nikola Jokic. I think he is obviously, if not the best player in the league. But MVP, it's the most valuable player, right? And last time I checked, SGA doesn't have a Jamal Murray to bail him out. You know what I'm saying? The way that Jamal bails him out at times. So I had to get that off. Listen, man, even when Denver got down 0-2, I says, once Denver figures out the level of physicality, the speed, and how Minnesota plays, and gets used to what they're doing, they just had to adjust. You know what I'm saying? And you saw the first 2 games where I think the physicality and the way that those perimeter guys were fighting through picks and screens and not giving Jabal no space, Denver just had to adjust to that. I totally disagree. We have not seen Denver's best. Denver could play a lot better than what they played yesterday. MPJ didn't play well. KCP has been horrible the entire postseason. I will give you this, though. That bench between Holiday, Jackson, and Braun, and let me tell you, bro, I can't say much. I can't be more proud of a guy like Braun, right? And Clippers fans talk about their young guys being developed. Well, Braun is the perfect example of throwing him in the fire and trusting him. Yesterday, Mike Malone talked about after the game. He makes 4 big free throws, makes a big-time 3, and plays good enough defense where he can stay on the court. And so we got to give Denver's bench credit. I think they scored 27 points, and they outscored Minnesota's bench. So that's number 1. Number two is we haven't seen Denver play a complete game yet. I mean, because you'll get games where Jamal plays well, Joker plays well, but NPJ and KCP doesn't play well. The guy that we need to be praising the most after last night's game is that dude Aaron Gordon. I mean,
Yes.
you look up and he's everywhere. You talk about a stat stuffer, right? 29 points, rebounding, defense, guarding Cat, one-on-one. How many bad shots did Cat take last night because he couldn't back down Aaron Gordon? You know what I'm saying? Cat scored 13 points on 18 shots. And I think he took like 6 or 7 18-foot hook shots. I mean, let that sink in. He's taking like 10+ foot hook shots because he can't get to his spots and back down Aaron Gordon. You talked about Anthony Edwards. I think we all agree. He's a fantastic player. I love his mentality. I love his accountability. I love his self-awareness. I thought you hit the nail on the head with that. But again, I'm going to nitpick because it's the postseason and little small things matter in games like this, right? I think he had a moment where it just wasn't good, and that's to end the second quarter in the first half, right? KCP hits a 3, you're down by 10, right? 17 seconds left on the shot clock, BJ. The shot clock's turned off. Anthony Edwards went too early with time on the clock still. Like a veteran point guard or a veteran player, he milks that clock, right? And you make sure your team gets the last shot. But what happened? He goes early, turns the ball over. Joker throws it to, I think, NPJ or somebody else, and then they turn it over, and then Jamal hits the three-pointer at the buzzer. And now you go from being you go down from being 7 to now they scored 8 points in like 20 or 30 seconds. And so again, I know Ant-Man had a great game stat-wise, and he probably did all he could do. But little moments like that pay big dividends when you're facing a team like Denver. Now, I think Ant could have done more. And when I say do more, I don't mean from a scoring standpoint. Maybe get on Cat, be a better leader, make better, right? Defend better, stick your nose in there and get some rebounds. See, people think because if a guy scores 40, 50 points that he can't do more. No, go look at Aaron Gordon. He always does more. It's not just in the scoring column. And so, again, I know I'm nitpicking a guy who dropped 41 points or whatever he had, and people are going to say, well, he had a great game, Mr. Moss. Yeah, no, he had a fantastic game. But in a losing effort, bro, you can always do more, right? The intangibles. I think Denver wins tomorrow night, and I think they close them out in Game 6 back in Minnesota. I think Denver's on a roll. I think they're comfortable. And the Rudy Gobert and Cat, like Minnesota has to figure out their defense. Because Denver has figured out because that dribble handoff between Joker and Murray, Minnesota's doing a good job at the initial attack. But then what does Denver do? They just reverse it and just set the pick the other way. Like they're going to do what they do until they get what they want, right? Championship teams don't say these cliche dumb statements like, I'm going to take what the defense gives me. No, right? I'm going to take what I want, right? That's what separates championship caliber teams with championship DNA from these wannabe contenders, right? I mean, you heard Paul George say, "Yeah, I'm just going to take what the defense gives me." Well, and that's why you're sitting at home, and listen, and that's why you're sitting at home doing a podcast talking about Denver playing Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? And so I do think that Minnesota needs to get better on defense, right? Because the last 2 games was not how they played in games 1 and 2. Now, some of that is contributed to early foul trouble, right? Mike Conley picked up 2 quick fouls. I think Rudy Gobert picked up a foul early or 2, right? And so that does matter. And so, and the refs, to be fair, because I got to be honest here, it seems like their whistle is a lot more quicker, and they're not letting Minnesota play with the physicality that they played in games 1 and 2. It's either that or Denver has met the level of physicality that Mike Malone was speaking of after games 1 and 2. Let me close out with this last statement, man, because I think this is a big deal. Minnesota's bench is going to be key in these next 3 games if they want to win the series. Naj Reid can't be missing. Alexander Walker and Xavier McDaniels or Jerry McDaniels, they can't be non-existent, right? If you're a 3-and-D guy, so then you have to hit perimeter shots, right, to free up some of your guys, right, and create that spacing. And if you really look at Minnesota's role players, they're not pretty good. They're not good at catching and attacking closeouts aggressively, right? Like they're 3-and-D guys. They shoot threes, or that's about it. I mean, every now and then they'll get into the middle of the paint with a pump fake and they'll get that shot off. But if you look at Denver, guys like KCP, Aaron Gordon, MPJ, Jamal Murray, Reggie Jackson, these guys can all do what? Dribble, pass, and shoot. And when your role guys can do those things, it just makes it tougher, and it makes the defense have to play you a certain type of way. I promise. Last point right here, BJ. People talk about, Rudy Gobert can't be in the court and cats getting abused and blah, blah, blah. Well, can we give credit to Denver's offense? Because they put you in a position where they make your defense have to make tough, quick, decisive decisions, right? Y'all think Minnesota don't want to play good defense? Of course they do. You think Rudy Gobert doesn't want to be in the court and put Naj Reid out there? Of course not. He wants to be out there being the defensive player of the year candidate he is. But we got to give credit to Joker and Jamal and these guys, because Denver forces you on defense to guard them in ways you don't want to. That little dribble handoff and then that little pocket pass slip where Joker goes to the middle of the key and throws up the floater. I mean, that's tough to defend, right? Not to mention MPJ is spacing you out on the weak side, so you can't leave him. So now there's no backside help. Listen, man, I think Denver's comfortable. I think they're cruising. And I think they can play a lot better. And Mike Malone, arguably, along with maybe Eric Spoelstra, I mean, I like him, I guess, but I think Mike Malone right now, to me, I think he's the best coach in basketball. I'm going to tell you why. It's because he has the air and he has the attention of his team. He knows the pulse of his team. And you're right, man, my Dominican friend. You had a great point. This team takes on his mentality, right? And Mike Malone's not afraid to challenge his guys in the media. He's not afraid to be cocky and arrogant and say, keep that same energy. He knows what he has. He calls timeouts at the right moment. Every time Minnesota even thought about making a run, what happened? Mike Malone calls a timeout. Denver comes out and gets a key possession, a key pick and roll, joker, floater, back up by 11 points. And so, again, bro, you're seeing one team who's been there, done that, who has championship DNA, and you're seeing a Minnesota team where they have an elite player in Ant-Man, and then you got guys like Karl Anthony Towns who can't even post up with smaller guys. I think Denver closes out in 6 games, man.
I think that I do agree with you on that. I think that Denver has all the momentum. Well, I can't choose. I'm still on the fence. I don't know who's going to win the series, but I think that Game 5 is going to decide the victor of this series. I think that Game 5 is going to decide it, and unless something real drastic happens, I don't think it's going to be any different otherwise. And that's my take.
Me, appreciate that, Mass. Appreciate you coming in. Let me go to Bubba real quick. What's good, Bubba?
What up, BJ? What up, Jay? Me personally, I think Denver, they had this game in control for the most part. They had between an 8 points and 19-point lead, and at no point did the Minnesota Timberwolves cut it down to 5. So I think they had this game in control. But let me speak on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards, he's him. Nobody on the Denver Nuggets can guard him one-on-one. I mean, not KCP, Aaron Gordon, nobody can guard him one-on-one. And he's pretty much getting everything he wants. And he's not letting the defense dictate what he does offensively. He's getting any shot he wants. He's getting to the lane, reorganizing in mid-flight, switching hands in mid-flight, reverse layups. Like, he has everything. But in order for this Timberwolves team to win, I think he needs more help offensively. If he's not getting enough offensive help from his teammates, the Timberwolves have no chance of winning this series. I mean, he had 44 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. He stepped up, he did his job. But if Karl Anthony Towns or if somebody else, stepped up and given them something more offensively, they probably win this game right here. But shout out to the Denver Nuggets. Shout out to Mike Malone. He made the necessary adjustments. He's getting a lot from his rotation players. He's getting a lot from Christian Braun and Justin Holiday and Reggie Jackson. So shout out to him. His rotations have been, it's not all the way great, but he's getting a lot from those guys. Playing Aaron Gordon as a center, he's getting a lot from him. And Aaron Gordon is also doing his job. Playing center, he's doing his job. And I think he started this game off 10 for 10 from the field. And that was because the Minnesota Timberwolves were giving him a lot of wide open shots. They were overreacting to the Jokic and Murray pick and roll. And when Jokic comes off that screen and gets the ball, sometimes all he has to do is just, kick it out to the corner because Aaron Gordon is going to be wide open because Rudy Gobert is overreacting. And then Aaron Gordon makes a shot. But shout out to him. Michael Porter Jr. didn't really do a lot in this game right here. He had a great series against the Lakers, but in this series right here, I haven't really seen a lot from him. Hopefully it's a different thing in game 5. And Jamal Murray he's a tough shot maker. Jamal Murray makes some tough shots, some Kobe-esque shots. He's not Kobe, but some of the shots that he makes, it's similar to the shots that Kobe was making. I mean, I think his signature move is, driving baseline and then fade into his right and then shooting that little baseline jump shot. That's the same shot that he won against the Lakers in game 2. And we saw a lot of it in this game right here. And Jaden McDaniels is doing he's doing a great job covering Jamal Murray, but Jamal Murray's hitting tough shots, even though he was making it tough for him. And Jamal he's struggling, and you can tell that calf injury is bothering him a little bit, but he was making tough shots. He was making some great plays. He was making some winning plays, and that pick and roll between him and Jokic is just tough. And just like Mr. Maz was saying, when Jokic comes off that screen with the ball and shoots that floater, I mean, the defense only has 2 decisions to make. You either step up and contest Jokic, and if you step up, Jokic is gonna alley-oop to Aaron Gordon, and then Aaron Gordon is gonna dunk it home. Or if you play drop on him, all he has to do is just to shoot the floater. And when he puts you in tough situations like that, you have to make a quick decision, and that's not an easy decision to make when you're on the floor defensively. So, I mean, I'm hearing people saying that this Timberwolves defense is not what it was. I mean, trust me, in games 1 and game 2, that defense was they took up a lot of space on the floor. They made the lanes feel congested. They took up space. They took up spaces from the passing lane. So they didn't really get as many open looks as they got in games 3 and game 4. And I think they went away. They went away from it, and they have to definitely watch the film and figure out things that they did wrong defensively in games 3 and games 4, and make the adjustment and come back better in game 5. If not, this series is definitely going to end in 6, because I think the Denver Nuggets have figured them out. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, good points by you, Andre. If you guys want to get more of Andre's takes and his channel, he has his own channel. Y'all see on the screen, DFJ Hoops, Philadelphia 76er fan, great basketball content. Go follow my man Andre. But I want to piggyback a little bit about what y'all saying. So,
appreciate it. Yeah.
Look, like you said, they got no answer for Ant. Ant is the best player in this series, in my opinion. Denver got the more well-poised team. So what I'm concerned with is, will his teammates rise to Ant's occasion? Because kind of what you said, Jonelle, they need his teammates to come along. I seen Ant trying to feed Karl-Anthony Towns early yesterday, trying to get him going, but he couldn't hit. He was, I think, 0 for 7 at one point.
Yeah, 0 for 6.
0 for 6. And was it 0 for 6 or 0 for 7?
One of them.
Yeah, he was 0 for 7. He was 0 for 7, then he finally made his next back to 1 for 8. But Ant was trying to get him involved. He was trying to get other players on the team involved. But the one thing Ant might have to do, and they probably hasn't reached that point yet, he's going to probably have to get on one of his teammates during the game. He might have to get on Cat. He might have to get on Jay McDaniels. He might have to get on somebody. But I just think because of the age gap, that's why I feel like he hasn't reached that breaking point yet.
Right.
He hasn't reached that point to, just say, what the hell are you doing? Get this. Like, I don't think he's done that yet. I don't think he's done that. But he might have to.
He might have to. And I think Mike Conley getting in foul trouble also hurt them a lot, because Anthony Edwards had to be the decision maker, the point guard. And I don't really trust him, making plays. I trust him to get his own shot. I trust him to get to the basket, or a dish out or whatever. But in terms of, making plays for somebody or finding somebody wide open in the corner, or, finding mismatches, even though he was doing that in the first quarter, like you said, BJ, he was trying to get Karl-Anthony Towns going. And Cat, I don't know, man. Christian Braun is on you. You're not able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah,
He settles for these Illmatic shots, 3-point long 3-pointers. I know you're efficient. I know you want to knock down 3-point shooter for your size, but he's just gunning from the three. He's just like it was unreal. Like this guy has so much of an advantage. I know
Right.
Aaron Gordon is a bulldog, but you're
Yeah, he's
so
strong
much
as hell.
talent to just get in that paint, hustle. But I think you're right, man. Mike Conley got in foul trouble, and that was all she wrote. And it was just, I think that Ant-Man is a good playmaker at certain times, but that's not his forte. And we're not gonna compare apples and oranges. You know what I mean? Mike Conley is that, he's the playmaker, so he's gonna see the floor. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. So we missed him yesterday. So foul trouble. I think that we're not, that Minnesota is not playing. Is either, well, going back to what Matt said, just they met their physicality, or just they're just getting that whistle. Either or. I think that Minnesota has to be a lot smarter with the fouling situation.
Right. Right. Yeah, he was getting fouled. He was getting hacked. We're not gonna sit up here and act like he wasn't getting fouled. But I mean, yelling and screaming is not gonna get you. It's not gonna get you to the free throw line. So you just hustle back. You get back on the next possession, and and try just go to work, and just let that possession, just let it go away, because it's not coming back. You're not getting to the free throw line crying. And you just got to be aggressive. Like Christian Braun is on you. It just reminded me of my team seeing somebody not being able to take advantage of a mismatch. That's the same thing I was seeing with Karl Anthony Towns. And you would think that Karl Anthony Towns, being 7 foot, 6'11", 7 foot, he would be able to punish these guys, but he wasn't doing that. And that was really pissing me off, because Anthony Edwards is doing all that he can. I mean, he's making plays, he's scoring, they can't guard him, and he needed somebody else to go with him. He can't do it by himself. He could get you a lot of points, but to win the game, you definitely need the help of your teammates. And if Karl Anthony Towns stepped up as a second option, they probably win this game. Definitely win this game.
Facts.
Yeah. And speaking of Jokic, some of the passes that he was making, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was one pass. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
But
those
how does the
wraparound
dude do that?
passes, those
Yeah,
wraparound passes into Aaron Gordon in the dunker spot. I'm like, yo, how do you?
yeah, he got that on point. What he does is surreal. So Minnesota has a lot to do, a lot of work to do, man. I think that, but I might just say it. Game 5 is going to be that game. In most cases, Game 5 is that pivotal game. I think there's going to be the case. That Game 5 is going to decide the victor, unless something just happens that we didn't see. I think we're gonna see who's gonna win it. It's all gonna come down to that game, regardless of home court. Because I know Denver got home court back, but we've seen Minnesota, take both games in Denver, so we don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky, very, very tricky.
They're pretty much. I think that I'm still gonna stick to my guns. We seen the best of Denver, because as a championship squad, like, I know the bench has to come out, but Nikola Jokic cannot play any better than what he did, and he's it's all gonna come down to your best player and how he just influences your offense and what the decisions you make in order to get that, what he brings to the table. That the high screening role, I seen that in real time. How this just the variations it's good for basketball. Trust me, like it's just I mean, the way that Denver plays is great. It's good for it brings basketball to its purest form. Like we get to see basketball. We saw masterful form of it. The way they run that high screen and roll, the pick and roll. That if you bite, is on you. If you don't, he'll decide, and just they're poised. So we'll see what happens. Game 5.
Yeah, and Minnesota, they definitely have to get production off the bench, because I think Naz Reid had 11 points and somebody had 2 points. Nickeil Alexander-Walker had 2 points, and that was it. But Denver had production from Reggie Jackson, had production from Christian Braun, and Aaron Aaron Holiday hit 2 shots in the second quarter. Those were tough. I mean, those are wide open looks because the Timberwolves are not rotating on the weak side. Just like I said, overreacting to Jokic in the lane and leaving wide open shooters in the corner. And they made their shots. So, huge credit to Justin Holiday for making his shots.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
and everybody else too. Everybody else, Reggie Jackson.
Sometimes though, these games right here is going to come down to the stars. I think Game 5 is going to come down to some superheroic stuff in Game 5. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be something where, it's going to come down to somebody being super heroic.
Right.
Yeah. I think that this team, one of them, the only advantage is just championship pedigree. They've been there, done that. As far as their makeup, I think they're pretty much evenly matched. You could say Minnesota, maybe a little bit more physical and a little bit more talented, but Denver has a lot. They make up for a lot of their deficiencies as far as lack of athleticism and when it comes to Minnesota. I think they're right there. It's all gonna come down to the experience at the end of the day from Denver, and if Minnesota is able to transcend that type of, that level of just excellence that we saw yesterday from Denver is just unreal. And see what happens we'll see if Minnesota is gonna show out. Anthony Edwards may surprise all of us and just turns into something else, man. I'm just hoping it's good for basketball, man.
That's why I'm not giving. That's why I'm not giving Denver that. I'm not saying Denver going to win the series because it's like
this dude.
Anthony Edwards has that type of capability to do that.
He just he has that swagger that he'll turn into something, and that's all she wrote. Because at the end of the day, it's just all gonna depend. Like I know, bench got to come along. We know. I know they outplayed Minnesota as far as bench production, but it's all gonna come down to the big dogs in the court at the end of the day.
Right. I mean, Anthony Edwards, we all know what he's capable of doing, but it's just a matter of will Karl Anthony Towns step up? Will other guys step up? Because 44, we can see him go for 50, but if he goes for 50 and nobody else steps up with him, it's going to be a wasted effort, and you're going to hear a lot of people saying those are empty calories. So
facts. That too. Well, I got to run, guys. Keep cooking. BJ, catch you later.
No doubt.
Yes.
Salute.
So, Bubba, who you got winning the series?
I had Denver from the start because they're the defending champs. You gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. I had them winning, but after they went down 0-2, I was kind of like, should I switch my pick? But I was like, nah, I'm gonna stick with my pick. And then they end up, tying this series. So I still got Denver, even if it goes to 7 games. They'll have home court advantage. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they still got. This is what I think could happen though. Denver can possibly lose Game 5, and then Minnesota turn around and lose Game 6. That can happen. Minnesota's they're so good, but they're so like you'll see 2 different teams in a matter of 2 days.
Right. That's so true.
That's why I said that their peak is definitely what you'll say in the first 2 games, and then the last 2 games you saw, them kind of fizzle out.
Right.
I don't know where to go in this series. It's gonna be a tough pick for me. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, I got a question for you. So you think last night Naz Reid should have played those final 6 minutes? Because Jokic was getting baked out there.
Well, yeah. How many minutes Naz Reid played?
I think 19 or something like that.
Yeah, he played 18 minutes. Yeah, 18 minutes, 51 seconds. 5 for 6. What's this? 4 rebounds. Yeah, I would give those minutes to him. I would give him those minutes. But I guess they were thinking with Gobert and Towns, this Twin Tower idea that's the way to stop Jokic. Cool, but if it's not working in this specific game and Jokic is on a tear, you got to switch up and do something different. But I even saw Jokic cook Naz Reid too. Like it's like Jokic is one type of players, man. When you got it going, they got going that there's nothing really you can do.
There's nothing you can do. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. That's what Anthony Edwards had last night. That's what Jokic had last night.
Right. But Jokic was adding more, like finding wide open shooters. And his court vision is so damn. I mean, he's 6'11", so that really helps because he's able to see the whole floor and see what's going on. And some of these passes, I'm like,
yeah, it's magical passes. That's what that's what he picked you apart at. Now,
right.
Mix that in with Aaron Gordon, what he's doing, and with the rebounds he gets and all the defense and all that stuff. It's just you got answers everywhere. They got answers everywhere on the Nuggets.
Right. Aaron Gordon was 10 for 10 before he misses his 11th shot.
Mm-hmm.
Made all his shots. I mean, Jokic was making some good passes, right reads, getting them easy points right around the basket. Like I said, like he'll post up, take 2 steps, act like he's gonna kick it out to the corner, and then next thing you know, it's a wraparound pass into Aaron Gordon.
Yep.
Those passes like that, they're very, very demoralizing because the defense overreacted, collapsed, and then next thing you know, the threat was just right next to you. It was not from the corner; it was like right next to you.
You talking about that pass when he made? I think when he got doubled by was it who? Somebody doubled him. I know
somebody doubled him.
Ant-Man was behind him, and then he passed it to Aaron Gordon, and Aaron Gordon dunked it.
Yeah. Easy passes like that makes a defense that can demoralize a defense, and you could tell. Gobert was demoralized after that play, and he was doing some dumb stuff on the offensive side. Jokic pulled the shirt from underneath him, and he traveled. And you could tell. I mean, they kind of like gave up. Gobert in particular, he kind of like gave up after because
you can't have that. You can't have your defensive player of the year give up because once you do that, the rest of the team, is gonna follow suit on defense. And where the hell was Jaden McDaniels?
I didn't really see him in the second half that much. I mean, in the first half, he was making it tough for Jamal Murray, especially in that second quarter. But in the second half, I didn't see him that much.
Yeah, he got to do that the whole game. You got to make it tough on him the whole game.
Right. And I got a final question. In the second quarter, we saw not a Jokic. We saw for the Timberwolves, we saw Naz Reid, Cat, and Gobert in the lineup at the same time. You think that's something that they should go to more often, or
Naz Reid, Cat, and Gobert? And who's the backcourt?
I think the backcourt was Anthony Edwards and McDaniels because Mike Conley was in foul trouble.
Yeah. Let Ant-Man. Kind of. He has the ball anyway. Like I think every possession they're kind of setting high screens,
right?
In that first half for Ant-Man to go left, and he was getting straight to they couldn't do nothing with him. What's Mike Conley really doing? Other than he wasn't making his shots. So yeah, you can use that as another lineup right there, and because that's more size and more switchable bigs that you can put. Because now you got Ant. You got Jay McDaniels and you got Naz Reid, you got Gobert, and you got defensively, that's a hell of a big lineup.
Yeah, that's a lot of length. Yeah. They use that lineup when Jokic was on the bench.
Yeah, I would try that. I would try that out and just put Mike Conley, let him sit. I'll use that more in the second half.
Right. Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. I agree with that.
Because if you get stops, and that demoralizes Denver. Because they can score on them. They can score on them, but can you stop them?
Yeah.
Can you stop Denver's, penetration? Can you stop their off-ball movement? Can you stop, their backdoor? Can you stop their offensive flow throughout the game? Can you cut that cord out? Because once you do that, then you take away their system and you take away the foundation.
Right. Denver, that's one of the best offenses in the league. So yeah, going up against the best defense in the league. Yeah. But I got Denver in Game 5. Even though, like you said, it could, they could lose. Denver could lose, and then Minnesota could lose. This series kind of reminds me of Clippers in Dallas 2021 when they was all losing their home games but winning on the road. Yep. I think this is kind of reminding me of the same thing. But me personally, I'm gonna say Denver win Game 5 and they close it out in 6. I'm gonna stick with that pick.
So who you got tonight?
I had Dallas winning the series, so I'm gonna go with Dallas tonight, and Celtics probably win tonight as well.
Celtics and the Mavs.
Yeah, Celtics and the Mavs.
Okay. Shit, there gonna be some games. I'm gonna be covering those tomorrow. I'm gonna be covering those games tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna be definitely locked in tonight on those games.
Okay, same time or?
Yeah, same time.
All right, BJ. Appreciate you.
All right, bro. All right. Okay, man. So as y'all, we about to go and wrap the show up. If you guys have not already, make sure you guys hit that poll. Who y'all think gonna win? Like I see right here in the poll right now, I see that 59% got Denver, 24% got Minnesota, and 17% is undecided. So this is definitely one of the more entertaining series. I cannot wait for the game tomorrow. Game 5. Is it tomorrow? Let me see. Make sure I got this. Game's moving so fast. I gotta keep track of everything, but I'm pretty sure the game is tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow 7:30. So I will be back doing covering today's games tomorrow morning, and yeah, it's just good to see good playoff basketball. But if y'all have not already, make sure you hit the like button, hit the share, subscribe. Also, if you guys enjoyed the show, if you guys enjoyed the intro music, the outro music we're about to play right now, make sure you hit the Cash App. If you enjoyed all the videos, you enjoyed all the insight, the content, make sure you guys, donate to the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. $sign BJ Matthews right there on the screen. And we respectfully say until next time, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.
I'm feeling good, feeling all right tonight. I'm feeling good now. Yeah, it's all good in the neighborhood, homie. Yeah, little vibe. I feel good, I feel alright. Cruising through my neighborhood on a warm summer night. I feel good. That's right, I feel good now. It's summer night. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on drop, all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. I just kicked it at home, I polished up the chrome, called the Ruka on the phone, let her know I'm home alone. It's 7:30 and the sun's going down. It's a summer night and the fun's going down. I pick her up and she looks all dolled up, sitting passenger in my rag and Paula. Yeah, I let her know that she looks beautiful to me. The world's an ugly place, but she is such a sight to see. The kind of woman that would put up a fight for me. The kind that wants to spend the summer nights with me. The temp was 80 and I'm cruising with my lady, playing some Rafi Bagan. Ooh, baby, baby. I see my homeboys and the cruising in the ride with their ladies sitting by their side. People think we look crazy, but I think we look classy. But then again, that's only if you ask me. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on drop, all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. My homeboys throwing the backyard boogies, so everybody gets together to unwind, relax, and have a fun time. The DJ spinning, so I grab the mic and be like, ain't nothing like them summer nights. The party's packed with beautiful women and the gang of the homies that wanna get with them. And they'll say anything just to hit them. And it's usually a nice summer night when they did them. I don't know, it must be something in the air. Can't help but have a good time because the feeling is there. To some people, the feeling is rare. They're at the pad saying, God damn, I wish I was there. To have a drink, have a token, hook up with someone fine, but the kind that looks up. Gotta keep some pisto in the cup. Party until the sun comes up, but we give up. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on drop, all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop. Party until the morning light. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Them summer nights can keep us smile on your face. Gotta try to have a good time with your life, otherwise it's just a waste. Either way, I'm gonna party just in case, like Prince party like it was 99 and 87, 88. I couldn't ask for no better weather. I'm right next to the Pacific, to be specific. The candy paint job glows under the moonlight as I close out my summer night and say goodnight. It's time to put the top up and park it, drop it, unplug the ground, roll up the windows and lock it. Walk in the pad and fall into bed as she lays on my chest to rest her sleepy head. And we do this all night long, from dusk till dawn. But it's not quite the same when summer nights are gone. But even when they're gone, it won't be long. 8 more months and once again it's on. Summer days just sitting around, but when the sun goes down, I'll be ready to party. Ain't nothing like them summer nights. Keep the top on drop, all the girls looking hot, hit the photo and we just don't stop.